Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
Yeah, and how the heck are you out there in TV land?
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
How are you?
I'm all right. You know,
You hanging in?
I'm still here.
You hanging in, hanging on, hanging out?
Here I am.
Yeah. Well, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
All right.
You
we
see
have
this
to drink to that.
fizzy water. Oh, yeah. You can't clink and not drink.
It's bad luck.
That's what I heard.
You know what's funny? I actually thought we were gonna have dark necessities, but I screwed up on that. Damn it.
Yeah, you could have easily told me that you needed some dark necessities tonight.
I mean, pretty much every night,
I'm supposed
right?
to assume.
Every night.
But I was at the store earlier.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, check back on another episode if you want to decode that.
Yeah, we'll bring the fire with the dark necessities. Yeah, I could have gotten some ingredients.
I know.
Somebody didn't think of it.
Next week we'll have those spretzers.
Yeah, it's getting desperate.
So how are you?
Oh man. Well, I would say I'm fair to middling. No, I'm doing okay. I mean, like, you know, I'm having trouble like anybody else is. We had a little snafu yesterday.
We sure did.
Yeah.
Delayed this recording.
That delayed recording by a day. Yep. And that was, I guess I could take credit for that.
I guess.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
Okay, good. We have agreement there. But I mean, the important part is that we're in it now. We're in it to
I know.
win it.
We got it worked out. And here we are.
Did.
Yep. And part of working that out was getting some external storage for the computer. And so now we're all good.
Yeah.
That's like a nerd problem.
We freed up some major gigabytes.
That is like such a nerd problem. Like we had a fight about computer storage. Like I think that pretty much cinches it, right?
Cinches what?
That we're nerds for real.
Yep.
Like if that's like a relationship issue, you know, where you're like, oh, man, don't mess with my computer storage.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty nerdy issue.
I think so.
Yeah, well, I mean, how the heck are you all out there in TV land? Are you you hanging on by a thread? Are you keeping it real? Are you posting like lots of positive memes on the internet? Are you raising the roof?
I mean, this is our positive meme, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
How many telephone calls have you gotten from Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. We should make it a thing if it's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a thing to like keep people going? Like they're going to get a celebrity phone call?
Sure.
It's like phone a friend or something?
Phone your 1 million friends.
Wow.
Yeah. Keep them busy.
I don't know if I can make that happen, but...
Well, because like all those celebrities are like really, bored right now.
That's true. They need some attention and
They
stuff.
did the, Imagine video. They did, like they posted this, they posted that.
Somehow I missed that.
Postmates did?
And what is Postmates again? I forgot.
I don't know. Isn't that some delivery thing?
What do they deliver?
We don't have it here.
Okay.
Food,
Oh,
maybe? Post? They deliver the post?
that's the postman's job.
Is it the postal service?
No.
No? Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. There's just been a lot of, like, uncertainty and waiting around.
That's for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of a waiting game out here.
I think it's a waiting game out there. Yeah. So like everybody else, we're like, okay, so what happens when you spend a lot of time waiting around for stuff and you're kind of like cooped up and you can't go out and do anything? So, it limits the amount of like stuff you can report back on, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't go out and like talk to anybody or like do anything or like go somewhere.
Who are we reporting to? Clark Kent? Or wait,
Our
the Daily
live
Planet? Oh,
studio audience.
those guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is
Gotcha.
filmed for a live studio audience.
Yeah, I'm back.
So that leads us to like think about art. I think like a lot of people are kind of like looking to art to sort of cure their boredom, you know? Like, what do you do when you're waiting around? Well, you're going to like watch stuff.
Yeah, you mean like more so like consuming art than making it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could be either way.
Sure. I mean, ideally, it would be like making it.
I mean, right. I
Kind of
mean,
like what we're doing now.
oh, this is high art for sure.
Yeah. We did have an art episode of
Yeah.
our show.
Yeah, that's true. And I didn't even bring out my own art on that episode. Now that we have video, I could always do that.
Yeah.
Bore the viewers, listeners.
No, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you actually, I have to say a little bit of art, I think, is happening. You know,
Yeah.
between,
I'm making some music.
yeah, you're making some music,
and there.
making some beats, some fat beats. And
Yeah, I didn't get the one that I alluded to a few weeks back, done yet. Because I'm just not sure about the whole sampling thing. Somebody
could send you
got me a little scared about
hey, man.
sampling.
I mean, if I wasn't like, the producer, I was been like, sure. But, I got to keep you in check.
Throw caution to the wind. Sample all kinds of top 40 hits. Nobody's ever done that either. So it'll be really novel and awesome.
But there'll be no bots out there looking for that information either. You know what I mean?
No bots.
Yeah.
No. Who's the bots? Yeah. Who's the bots?
So,
It's
yeah.
like our Who's the Boss reboot.
Oh, I love that show. I loved that show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa Milano is like played by a computer.
No, that was another show.
Yeah, that was
That was that weird show with the robot daughter.
right. What was that?
That was Small Wonder.
Now, was there another one where there was Punky Brewster? Is that
Well, she wasn't
somehow
a
related?
robot.
No, I know, but was that somehow related?
Well, it was just the same era.
Okay.
Oh, there was also a show called My Two Dads. Did you ever watch that?
No.
I like that show too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the story there? Were they gay?
Yeah. This girl had two gay dads. Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
yeah.
very ahead
Who
of
were the
its time.
dads?
I don't know.
John Ritter
No.
and Luke.
Skywalker? Yep.
No, I was thinking of the guy on 902-137 or whatever.
No, he was probably like too young. Like he hadn't even done 90127 or whatever you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that time before 90127.
That was a
Those
long
were good days.
time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, so we've been consuming a lot of stuff, a lot of TV, a lot of entertainment, a lot of delicious beverages, a lot of
How else do you pass the time,
a lot of food, as you can probably tell by. Just remember that the camera adds a good 30 pounds in the pandemic.
You did shave, though.
It's 20 pounds regularly, but it's 30 in a pandemic.
But when
Yeah.
you shave, that takes off at least 5 pounds.
It does.
Just the hair on
5
your
pounds
face.
of bear hair.
Yeah. I'm starting to understand why like different cultures around the world like have these certain ways of like living and sort of celebrating things and like dealing with death or dealing with sickness and stuff. It's like a lot of like drinking of some sort of elixir, right? And then there's a lot of like beating of drums and there's a lot of like, repetitive motion, like dancing or like something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like an end goal, like at this time after this season, we're gonna do such and such. And
Right.
then, it's like they pace out, the like time of something passing. Usually that's something difficult, I would say. And it's like it makes a whole lot of sense because I think we're all kind of doing that, but just not in a primitive way. But it's the same idea. We're all sitting around something, we're looking at something. It's not a fire, but it could be like at the TV or like your computer, right? And drinking. Most people are drinking, I would say, or smoking,
Probably a lot.
And then, you might be like listening to music or like, working out.
Yeah.
I mean, working out's the same thing as like dancing around a fire. If
Pump
you
an iron.
really want to get down to it.
Yeah, man, doing those 12-ounce curls. And
Oh,
like,
speaking of that, tell them about what you got today.
oh man, I got a exciting, like innovative piece of exercise equipment. I don't know if you all are familiar with a company called Nordic Track. But if you aren't, you're in for a real treat. Look them up on the internet. They sponsor the show.
They do?
Well, they do now because I bought like a 25-year-old Nordic Track.
Oh,
Or,
wow.
I don't know, maybe even older than that for like $60, $65.
It actually looks like it's from 1985. Yeah.
It does. It has like really nicely finished wood. It has
Yeah.
like skis, you
It's
know?
like all wood. Like that's how you know it's old.
It's wood and steel. It's designed and made, I think, in the U.S.
Wow, that is old.
yeah,
That doesn't happen anymore.
You know, a lot of exercise things that involve like, I guess they all involve motion, but like there's a flywheel, which is a big heavy metal thing, and this has like kind of a clever but like really caveman like way to adjust the intensity or the difficulty of moving the flywheel, as you're skiing or whatever, and it's just like this nylon band that wraps around this flywheel tighter if you want it to be harder.
So it's kind of simple. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think simple's better, personally.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, I got in a good, 35, 40 minutes of Nordorking today.
Yeah. And this was
Dorking out.
after you, like, subsided the horrible squeaking sound that it was making. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to lose my mind if I have to be trapped up in here with that thing making that noise. On top of just being trapped up in here,
Yeah, it needed a little bit of lube.
Yeah.
Hey-yo. But who doesn't, right?
That's what she said.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, man, you just couldn't let it go. Yeah. So that's fun. I thought that would be a fun thing for, us to do because it's kind of rainy here. It's like, been hard to get outside. Which is sort of like a premium commodity right now, is like getting the fuck out of the house,
right?
And trying to not be around people and wearing your mask or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's hoping to get some exercise out of it.
I think you did. I think you did it today. I was impressed.
Already today? Yeah. Hopefully Charlie likes it.
Yep. You had your
Nordarking.
You had your sweatband on. It was really like 1985. It was like we'd gone back in time, like Back to the Future.
It was.
It even matches the floor. Did you notice? The wood of the Nordic Track matches our hardwood floors.
I didn't notice, but that's great. Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's like it is like a finished. I don't know. People have seen a Nordic Track before.
It's shellacked.
It's shellac.
Yeah,
it's a shellacular.
We'll take a picture of it. How about that?
Yeah. And be sure to tag the good people at Nordic Track.
Oh, I will. Nordic Track. You can be sure.
If you feel like sending us any other exercise equipment, during this time, like, we'd be happy to talk about it.
Yeah.
And we'll use the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I was looking at today, is, because I was just I was like, we got to get something to exercise inside.
Right.
Because I don't have any weights here. I don't have a lot of equipment that I generally use for my workouts. So I'm like, we have to get things we have a rebounder, a little, one of those trampoline things. And I got the Nordic Track, but I was also looking at Pilates machines.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I had no idea.
Did you know they have these weird ones where it has this rebounder at the bottom? So you're laying on the floor on this thing that has tracks or whatever, and you're jumping, bounding off of this thing or whatever, and that has handles with cables that you do these motions.
That's not my kind of thing.
Yeah, man. No, that's pretty cool.
I mean, I know about Pilates equipment, but yeah, I'm a little bit too impatient for Pilates, generally speaking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of clever, actually. I think the equipment. I didn't know. I thought Pilates is just it's some variation of yoga, but it involves equipment.
It has a lot of equipment,
and there's these bands that provide resistance in these machines. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's going to be a run on Nordic tracks and Pilates machines after this. I hope not.
Well,
I hope I didn't give up this, the secret, and everybody out there is going to just snap them all up.
I'd like to see you do some Pilates,
I'm gonna.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, as long as I get the machine.
Oh, I mean, you can do Pilates without a machine, but
Yeah. So when we're consuming art, we've been talking about music a lot.
Yeah.
We've been finding a lot of songs. We talked about this a bit the last 3 episodes too, right?
Well, I mean, we got to pick a theme here. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
What are we talking about? What are we doing? We're waiting.
yeah, we're all waiting, right?
Yeah. There's lots of songs about waiting,
I
watching
know.
the clock,
I know, it's kind of funny because I feel like everybody goes through some sort of waiting of some sort. And like that kind of prompts you to make art like in the waiting. Like it's just kind of like a thing you need to do to pass the time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
to capture this like situation, which on the one hand you can't wait to be over with, right? But on the other hand you're like, but I like have all these feelings. Like I gotta like get them out.
I have all these feelings, man.
Yeah.
Feeling so many things.
I mean, that's not always good.
Yeah. And, like the waiting is the hardest part.
That's what I hear.
What does he say? Every day it's something? I don't know.
Tom Petty?
Yeah.
The waiting's the hardest part. Is that the one with the football line?
I don't know. One more yard. That's football. Yards are football.
Every something you get one more yard.
Yeah.
You take it on faith. You take it to the heart. The waiting's the hardest part.
I think you cracked the code there.
Hey.
Yeah, I found another one.
Okay.
Anyway, we were talking about, we've been talking about music the last few episodes, and we decided that we're kind of doing the COVID-19 playlist.
We're going to try to come up with 19 of these.
Oh, man.
That's a long ass time, and I really hope this does not last 19 weeks.
It might last longer. It might not last. If it doesn't last, we'll keep doing the COVID-19 just to get it to 19. If it goes longer, we'll probably all be crazy and dead by then anyway, so you won't have to worry about it. If we get to 19,
let's all go on vacation. That's what I say.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't have even said that. I don't know.
You think you have that much power? You're going to
Yeah.
influence the COVID-19
Oh, yeah.
strain?
Tony Robbins told me what I could do, man.
What do you say? What was it?
I forgot.
Oh, you forgot your special gift?
I forgot. My special gift? You mean my special purpose?
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. Your special purpose.
Uh-huh.
Like Steve Martin.
Maven?
Yeah.
Babin Johnson?
I know what your special purpose is.
What?
Well, I don't want to say. What if your mom was watching?
You don't want to tell tales out of school, do you?
I love to tell tales out of school, but yeah.
You do. You fucking thrive on that. I'm surprised you're showing so much restraint. Anyway, so
Okay, so what's our song of the week?
this is episode 4 of the COVID-19. So this is
But
4.
this
What
is
were
ep-
the ones that came before?
Hold on a minute. This is episode 45, though.
Well, yeah, of Team Babe, but let's
Okay.
put it
Okay.
into perspective, man.
Okay.
So 45 of Team Babe,
Yeah.
4 of the COVID-19.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Which ones do we have?
We had Dancing with Ourselves,
Dancing with Ourselves.
which is actually Dancing with Myself. By Billy Idol, right?
Billie Eilish.
Billy Idol.
Billie Idol.
Okay, and then we had who was number 2?
Virtual
Virtual Reality, which was really Virtual
Virtual
Insanity
Insanity.
by Jamiroquai. Okay, and then number 3,
Last week we did
Beck.
Broken Train.
right?
We took a ride on the Broken Train.
Right.
And guess what? We're all still here. So,
We're still riding the train.
maybe just don't worry about it, Still ride that train.
Yeah.
Come
Okay.
on, ride that train and ride it.
So what's your pick for this week for number
So
4?
this week is Waiting Room. And
Okay.
there are a couple of songs that have that title.
Okay, what's your
My
pick?
song that I think is a good one and that I think is kind of me or whatever is Waiting Room by Fugazi.
That is for sure.
Yeah. 13 songs, Fugazi, waiting room.
So why is
I'm
it?
a patient boy. I wait.
So how do you relate to that? Like, is there a time in your life where you're like, dude, this is my shit. I'm like sitting here waiting.
Right now.
Well, no, I mean another time. Because this song, you obviously heard it as like a kid.
Yeah. I heard it at my next door neighbor's house.
Oh.
When I was hanging out over there, he's like, oh man, I got to play you this Fugazi. And I was like, what the fuck is Fugazi? I didn't know anything about it. He played it for me, and it was that record starts with the that song. And it's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
so,
Was your mind blown?
yeah, but I mean, it's taken on a whole new meaning, I would say, in the last, like, maybe year. I'm burping.
Rude. Yeah. Why?
Doing my Robert Durst impression here.
Who
Ask
is
me
that?
about some incriminating,
Who is
evidence
that?
or whatever.
Doing the Robert
Ask
Durst
me a
impression.
question. Ask me the hard questions.
I am. So, all right. So, what is it in the last year that's reminded you of like this song, feeling like you can relate to it again?
Well, I think it's just, it says a lot about, like, fucking just, like, waiting around and wishing, like, other shit was happening or that you could do other stuff or whatever. And I think there's been different times in my life where I've felt more and less like that.
Right.
Or whatever. And so I think, like, I don't know. It's not even necessarily that I have up until the pandemic, whatever shelter in place thing, like thought about that or whatever. But now I'm like, yeah, that's like, I don't know.
Like
I'm just like understanding those words, understanding those lyrics or whatever, like what they are, what they mean and stuff. I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
No. I get what you're saying. It's like you're back at the beginning. Like I get that a lot. I mean, for me personally,
The student has become the master, like a
kind of the other way around. Like
master.
you think you've mastered it,
Yeah, exactly.
but you're right back where you started from. That's a song too, I think. Yeah, like there's a lot of times where you feel like I've overcome something or I've gone past something, and that's not like something I need to think about anymore. And then things change, and then you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
I am still there, like in some way, shape, or form. So no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, something else about it is that, like, it's a hardcore band
Yeah.
or whatever. And like, I'm kind of used to when I think of hardcore stuff, like thinking of like faster, like Black Flag stuff or whatever. But this one is like, I don't know, it's like kind of melodic.
Yeah.
And
Right.
a little like funky or whatever.
Kind of reminds me
like
of the Clash a little bit. There's a little Clash on there,
Yeah. And that aspect of it, like, I don't know, it's just kind of a surprise or whatever, but it's still like rocks really hard. And it's like, it's full of aggression
Yeah.
too.
Just like you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my waiting room.
All right.
And I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting.
Like a patient boy.
Just like
Boy.
a patient boy.
Boy.
How about you? What's your waiting room?
So, I mean, I couldn't help but think when you said waiting room, and I was like, yeah, this does feel like a waiting room where like you're setting up the scene where you're waiting basically to go to the doctor. I mean, that's what a waiting room is, right? That's what we all think of.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, I got another waiting room, which is completely different from the Fugazi waiting room. And that's No Doubt's waiting room
Right.
with Gwen Stefani.
Yeah. On Rocksteady.
Yeah, it's very sparkly. And it's
Right.
very Prince.
And you told me that it's actually written by Prince.
I think so.
Which I didn't know.
It's either written or produced by Prince. Like he had some kind of hand in that song.
So yeah, duck go that. Duck that.
Wow, is that a thing
I
people
don't know.
say?
I just
Gosh, I
started
hope
it.
not.
Sort of like fuck that, but it's duck that,
So my waiting room's different. Like it's way less punk rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's way more sparkly.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, do you like it?
it's probably cleaner.
Okay.
It's been cleaned.
Yeah.
It's not so much.
It doesn't have like a lot of BO.
It's not like a punk rock bathroom, you know,
It's
where you're
shaved.
like you have to hover above the toilet. But no, like I don't think I want to be there. No, because that song's all about waiting for. That song's about waiting for somebody that you like to give you permission to be in a relationship with them, or spend time with them or whatever.
Permission?
Yeah, you know how much I like that.
You know I don't ask permission.
Yeah. So.
Huh. Well, so that's very appropriate then. I mean, like.
Yeah.
We both wait, but we wait in different ways.
Oh, we wait in different waiting rooms, I think, too.
Different waiting rooms. Because as we found out yesterday and at other times throughout the last few weeks, sometimes I'm not real pleasant to wait around with. Sometimes I might want to like throw things or like, just be aggressive and a piece of shit.
I mean, I can be the exact same way. But, we're not always a piece of shit.
Usually it's just when you're trying to wrestle me, though.
Well,
like I'm going to punch this person in the balls.
If it comes to that, then you're in trouble.
The wrestling match?
And by the way, I've never punched you in the balls. Like, I just want to, I want to put that on the record.
You want to clear the air?
I want to put that on the record.
It's not true.
That's all in your mind. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
you'll
getting
know it.
Gaslit as fuck right now.
You'll know it. If I ever punch you in the balls, like, you're going to remember it. And you're going to tell the story of it happening because it'll be so horrible.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Between.
That's not like a goal that I would like to, take to fruition.
Oh, that's good. So you're going to be good. No. See?
Yeah.
See? And
there might be problems.
We're in quarantine too. So, I mean, chances are high.
Oh, of ball punching.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if certain things keep going the way, that they were.
So, I was like thinking about these waiting rooms, right? When we were talking about this. And I was like,
People Magazine, Oprah.
Really? Oh, in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Got it. Reading the magazines.
Sparkles, Prince, like some really dirty, smelly people in the other waiting room.
Right. So I was thinking about it and I was like, what if you and I were actually in like separate waiting rooms, like before we met?
Okay.
And, where we're just waiting around, like we're waiting for like something, like life to start or like meet the right person or like, whatever. For me, it was probably like waiting to get out of high school, like,
Right. Yeah.
And I think there was a certain amount of that, like, after we met, I was like waiting for you to like,
waiting for me to
get a clue.
to realize what was going on.
Yeah. But you were probably in a completely different waiting room waiting for something that wasn't me. And I just kind of probably happened to come along.
I don't know what I was waiting for. I think I had like just stopped all waiting.
Oh, really? You've given up?
I just stopped all like desiring of things.
Wow.
Or anything.
Very
or
zen.
But yeah, we definitely had different waiting rooms. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we were just like sitting there waiting for each other, it seems.
That is what
sitting
it
in the waiting
like.
room. What does some of the lyrics go for the
No Doubt? While I'm in the waiting room, I'm sitting there and I think of you. Something, it's got me blue. Ooh, it's icky, it's sticky. Ooh, what?
Like you told me about this song and I was like, I've never fucking heard this song. So
you've heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah,
you just
I guess
don't remember
so.
it.
It's just I haven't like registered. So when I do episode 408,063 in like 20 years or I don't know, the math doesn't work on that, but then I'll probably be like, oh man, I heard this song. The fucking lyrics are so good.
And then I'll really have to punch you in the balls because like, dude, that has happened. That's happened to us a couple of times where you're like, I don't like that.
Right.
That's not something I would listen to. And then somebody else tells you about it, and it's like the same thing that I was talking about, and you're like, I love it. It's my jam.
That's just your perception, man.
That's
Because
right.
like you might have laid the groundwork. Like, okay, one example of that is Pavement,
Right.
where I was like, oh man, this sucks. This guy can't sing. Like the fucking shit is out of tune. Like it just sounds bad. I didn't get it
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
And then a few years later, I was like, oh, I love this. This is great. But I remembered you telling me about Pavement. I don't remember somebody else telling me about Pavement or that it was good.
That's true. And I mean, that is nice for you to give me the credit at least. But, you know, like I think at the time, like, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to like being teenagers, right?
Uh-huh.
I think when you made that realization, you weren't like, hey, you know that band that you like so much? I decided I really like it.
Yeah.
And you were right.
No, I'm sure
That's
I was
good.
like really awesome about it. I'm sure I was like, what? I've always fucking liked this band.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to like.
What are we on? Are we on quarantine from a global pandemic right now? You fucking just like, yeah.
You know, it's a good thing this didn't happen when we were teenagers. I have to say, I don't think that would have gone very well.
You don't think we would have survived?
No, I don't think it would have been like getting Nordic tracks and stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe we're primed to survive. You know what I
we're
mean?
survivors of the great pandemic. I mean, I don't,
What?
I shouldn't even say that. We don't know who's going to survive.
Oh, by the way, I just heard that a tiger got this whole thing. So, like, tigers aren't even safe.
Tiger got corona?
Yeah, and I think it's like kennel cough. You know how like dogs get kennel cough and stuff
Yeah.
when they go to the vet? I was gonna say the dentist.
You know how dogs get kennel cough when they go to the dentist? The dog dentist?
Oh, I mean, I know there is a dog dentist, but none of our dogs ever went there.
It's just the vet,
That's
right?
no, it's for rich people.
There's a special? They get like a gold cap or whatever.
You get a doggy grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a
So
set, man.
yeah. So even tigers aren't safe. So I mean, I think the tiger was like hacking and sneezing and coughing and stuff. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
Well, that's funny. I mean, there's a you know, I don't know. There's a heavily tiger laden thing that's in the zeitgeist right now.
Right.
Everybody's like crazy about this Tiger King thing. And we're watching it. I want to watch it because, like, you know, cultural literacy or whatever. I want to
Sure.
understand what all these people are talking about or whatever. And I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, everybody likes this, so I don't.
You mean like a Gen Xer?
I'd prefer to not be what I am,
Okay.
if at all possible. But
Gotcha.
I'm like thinking it's a little bit overrated.
I think so. But you know what? Part of us like not being that impressed by it, I think is like experiencing a certain amount of that in real life.
Right.
And so it seems
It
familiar.
doesn't seem that it's not like out of.
It's not shocking per
Yeah.
se. I'm not like proud to say that it feels like close to real life or anything, but I think it's where we live. There's a certain amount of that, you know, going on. So
There's a certain amount of Tiger King that's just like
it's happening. Yeah.
in us.
It's familiar. It's a familiar story. But like, I feel like I know what's going to happen here. We're only 2 episodes in. I'm like, yeah, all right. I got it. I get it.
Maybe I don't know. There were other documentaries or other shows that we watched where it's like we're kind of like cruising for like 2 or 3 episodes, and then like the bomb goes off, like it just drops, and you're just like, what? I kind of remember like that Making a Murderer
Yeah.
being like
Yeah.
that a little bit, where it's like, what the fuck?
That was
But
truly
at first, I'm
interesting.
kind of like, what? Yeah. So anyway, the tiger that got the COVID
yeah.
or whatever, I guess is probably not even related to this tiger
No.
king,
No,
Tiger King thing.
not at all.
But that's interesting.
I know
That
it's
it got
weird,
into
right?
The big cats.
In a zoo. Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a certain amount of, you know, other things that are already identified that animals and people get, you know, it's kind of strange. But yeah, apparently we're all animals.
Don't tell.
Don't tell.
Don't tell anybody that we're animals.
It's the truth, man.
Yeah, there's been some songs about that too.
Um,
Yeah, so anyway, we're waiting for this to be over.
yeah, but I mean, like, is it? Like, that's the thing. I mean, like, I kind of feel like sometimes people are like, I just can't wait for this to be over. I'm like, well, yeah, of course. I mean, me too, right? But I'm like, I think when this is over, in quotation marks, we're not going to just pick up where we left off. It's going to be different and like it's going to be changed. And so I think there are certain people out there that are like, as soon as this is over, I'm just going to get right back to what I was doing. And maybe it'll be that way, sort of, but I don't know. Maybe you're waiting for the wrong thing.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if it was that way. I think that's like wishful thinking.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I guess it is the case. But yeah, it's like we're kind of like, I get this feeling that we're like waiting for the wrong thing.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. Or we don't know what the thing is that we're waiting for. It's like, well, we should just be glad to be okay still.
I am.
Nobody we know
Yeah.
has gotten sick,
Yeah.
you know? So
I am
guess-
glad.
But yeah, I don't think it doesn't seem like after this is like really weird and unprecedented, that it doesn't seem like it's just going to go back to normal.
Not really. No, not for a while. Not for a long time. And whatever that normal is will probably be a little different than whatever it was before.
Yeah.
At least in America, you know. I think it's going to be a little different. So I don't know. Like, it kind of reminds me of other things. It reminds me of other. I mean, like, there's so many songs, I have to say, that relate to this kind of thing. But I think the bottom line is, like, if you're going to write great music or, like, you're going to make great art, like, it's going to be because something is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, generally speaking, artists do not, like, create great new art when everything's just, like, really comfortable and normal.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, okay, something you said earlier about like waiting is part of what makes like the art happen or whatever. Like, so we're all able to just like distract ourselves so we don't actually have to wait for anything.
Yeah.
That makes it so much harder to like put the phone down, put the Zelda down, put the Breath of the Wild down after you died, 316
Oh my
times
gosh.
trying to defeat one monster or whatever.
I was so bad I had to leave the room, but yes, go ahead.
But I am the champion. I did it. I have 37 lightning or whatever, electricity arrows, whatever the fuck they're
Look
called.
at you.
Yeah. So
Look at you go.
put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. All right? I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we?
So great art only happens when there's no distractions?
Yeah. So anyway, we all need to actually be able to practice being bored, I think, too. I don't know. Some of us more than others. I'm not it's hard for me to like break out of patterns and like get off my ass and do something different. I think it is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some people are just more like in that mode of doing that regularly. And that's what I would like to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of why I'm such a stickler about
Video
our
games.
Our kids and how much screen time they get, and they have to be bored. Or, I mean, obviously Morgan has moved on. Morgan can decide like how much boredom happens at this point. But I mean, I'm all about, you should get bored, because that's like where you learn how to be alone.
Right.
And you learn how to entertain yourself, and then you learn how to like make stuff because you have nothing else to do.
Right.
And that's really important, I feel like.
That reminds me of like somebody that I knew that like I guess is still a friend or whatever, but like who had like a really big family growing up, and it was like a really like religious family, and they didn't have TV, they couldn't like get magazines, there was like no like entertainment that
Like
they would take
no
in.
outside input.
Yeah, and this person like was crazy and is crazy at drawing, like illustrating and stuff, and like would just make the craziest shit to like keep like to entertain himself.
Yeah. I mean, I could say that's true for me too, although I had all kinds of TV and outside distractions like that, but I was an only child, so I didn't have all these other brothers and sisters to do things with. And so I did do a lot of that. There was a lot of like drawing, painting, writing, just do it like, I don't know, just like,
Yeah.
well, there's nothing else to do. So I'll just do that.
I might as well do that. That's good. Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's just harder to do now.
Oh, well, for sure. I mean, our kids have had a curated, that's a nice way to put it, growing up. And that's been because I'm such a hard ass.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have had the energy if it was just me to like put those rules into place and enforce them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You don't like being the warden? I mean, here we are now in our own little prison. I mean,
I'm touching my face.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Didn't you wash your hands?
I did.
Okay.
Like 30 times. Getting a little obsessive.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Not really.
You have to interrupt that pattern with some ball busting.
Well, I know someone who will probably oblige.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are you waiting? 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 What are you waiting for?
Gwen's got so many of those songs, right?
Because you're a super hot female or something.
You get your $1 million contract.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say I do love Gwen. Is it even still? Like, she's fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
She's fascinating for lots of reasons, but she is like this weird combination of things. I like the extreme opposites, the tension of opposites,
Uh-huh.
What am I waiting for? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, like
A lot.
like, if you could boil it down to like maybe like 3 things.
What am I waiting for?
Right now.
Okay. All right. I got it.
Okay.
I'm waiting for fun.
Fun?
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm waiting for...
That's doing the podcast. Hey.
Well, I mean, that is fun to me.
Your wish is fulfilled.
Freedom.
Freedom. Ooh.
Yeah.
Freedom. Ooh, hey, there's another one for the...
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Okay.
Forget what I said.
And let's see. Oh no. Here, look, you can
I
use
had some
mine.
fidgeting problems.
Look, we'll share.
I'm a little fidgety. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I like to change this back. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, I think my third thing is like art. Like, having time, the money, the energy to just like do the art you want to do.
So what was it? Fun, freedom and art.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That sort of matches up with the vibe of the Freedom video.
It does. Well, I love that video. I love that song.
Is that the one where somebody's in like, is it Cindy Crawford or some supermodels in a bathtub? Like,
it.
lip syncing to the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It was hot.
Wow.
Back in the day,
Still.
So, like, tell me, thinking about that. So, every time I think of like MTV music videos, all that stuff, it makes me think of like extreme boredom, waiting around for something, whether that's like waiting for it to be the weekend, waiting for school to be over, waiting for summer vacation, waiting for, whatever, waiting to drive, waiting to go on a trip. Do you like have any like really extreme like waiting like things that happened to you when you were a kid?
Yeah, I don't know if like there's any like, I'm sure there are moments that would stick out, but I can't think of any right now, right off the top of my head. But I mean, like, I feel like at a certain point, I don't know, maybe like post puberty or whatever, it was just all waiting. And I think back to those, like, maybe like 2.5, maybe 3 years at the most. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, that seemed like I was
eternity.
Just waiting for fucking ever. And all this stuff happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, that amount of time just goes by so fast. Now. But anyway, that was like, just like waiting, like, I don't know,
To move
do
out?
like normal shit, like to be able to watch movies that I couldn't really like watch.
Or
Like,
move out, or like have your own apartment, or like
well, like to watch RoboCop, for instance. After I, like whatever, mentally damaged myself by seeing RoboCop's hand get blown off at a
right.
too young age.
that was kind of gross.
Yeah,
We
was.
just
No,
watched
they
it
made
that,
they
not
they
that long
like
ago.
really played up the violent and
They did.
the horror of the violence too.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Paul Van Hoeven Vander. Oh shit, I can't remember his name.
Well, that's me.
Anyway, whatever. Look up fucking RoboCop and watch it. Yeah, so I wanted to watch RoboCop. I wanted to like get a girlfriend, like touch a boob.
I could sense these vibes. I must have picked up on them
You must
from a
have picked
distance.
up on him from far away. Your Sheikah Slate Plus was picking up on. Oh my god, it's all about Zelda.
Oh my god! And wring your neck.
Yeah, touch a boob, have sex. Like
Yeah,
or what? It just seemed like, man,
That
I'm
makes
waiting
sense.
forever.
yeah. And how long do you think you were actually waiting?
I don't know, like 20 minutes or something.
And then what? I just showed up. And
Yeah,
then
you're just like, here's
it
my
was
boobs.
over.
All right, let's have sex. Let's go. All right, let's have some kids now.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, lady.
I know. That's funny. I think that's like a girl boy thing, like a total different like way of thinking about stuff, because like I don't really ever remember sitting around going, gosh, when am I going to have sex with somebody? I don't know when it's to me. It was more like, how long?
How am I going to be able to stop these people?
Well, there's that part. I didn't really
How
like,
long am I going to be able to hold out? What were you going to say?
no,
Interrupted you.
no, it was like,
How long is it going to be? Like, I mean, before I meet Tom Cruise and
yeah, I think it was more like, how long is it going to be till I meet the right person,
Right.
or I like have this romantic
Brad Pitt, Tom
relationship
Cruise,
or whatever,
something?
Yeah. That's what it was about for me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sitting around going like, gosh, I just can't like wait until, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think it was out of the realm. It was just kind of like not the main focus. That was sort of like
Yeah.
a sideline, sort of, in a way.
Mm.
But, once I got started, obviously.
you just couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that.
That just speaks to the difference, in like sexes or whatever, or genders or whatever
And
the fuck it is.
hormones and
You know?
whatever. Yeah.
It's like, well,
Yeah.
okay, if you're female, like the I don't know, the thing is like you could pretty much have sex whenever you want.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
well,
more
that
about
I knew.
it's more about
Yeah.
not having sex.
That I understood.
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like I think most women like just understand that.
Yeah. And I was like, there was definitely a
is
couple of
fucked up.
like creepy guys, like when I was 14 or so, that I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And no, thank you. And the kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And thank goodness I didn't. So my end goal wasn't just like get with some guy. My end goal was like true love,
Yeah.
romance,
You mentioned a couple of times waiting when we were chatting this week. That you were waiting like when it was just like hellacious. You kind of talked about like school, like getting out of school.
That was hellacious.
But then like I forgot about I don't know if I forgot, but I just wasn't thinking about like you waiting when you were on bed rest with Morgan.
That was awful. Yeah. So I had 6 weeks of bed rest when I was pregnant with Morgan. And so I was already on a countdown. So because I was like waiting to like, have a kid, right? So that's a big thing. And when you're
I
like,
feel like we did like a Beastie Boys thing right there where we're just like, have a kid. Like I should have been rapping and then we'd be like, have a kid. We'd say it together and then it's your turn.
and then it's like,
I'll pass the mic to
body moving. Yeah.
so you can see how good my rap skills are. I'll pass the mic to
Whatever your name is.
Yeah.
Don't you mean DJ,
DJ
Robin Banks
Banks.
in the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I just thought of it like 30 seconds later. That's probably good. That works for rap.
That's
you
enough.
just think of it 30 seconds later. You're not thinking like
Well, in the meantime, you could be like,
30
what?
seconds ahead.
Hey,
Hey,
Who?
whoa.
what?
I could just say like the words that have the kid.
Hey, yeah, yep, yeah, boy.
Oh my God. What the fuck is this show about?
This show is about when life is stranger than fiction, okay? And like people stop being polite and they start getting real.
Oh, okay. So it's the real world.
Yeah,
The mad real world.
yeah. But true love too.
True love. Yeah.
Okay. You got
Totally.
that straight now?
I think I'm back.
Okay, thanks.
I'm back on it. Oh, you also said that I forgot about too was like waiting to go to New York on your trip.
Well, you would have forgotten about that because you weren't there.
But I remember like I've seen your photos from it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know, and we've talked about it and I know you went. But then it was crazy thinking about you were 13. So you're our kid's age.
oh, yeah.
And like you're just like, wow, let's send Charlie to New York City on a school trip.
No. Yeah. Like, so I had a calling card and that was it. And that
MCI.
was all I had as far as getting in touch with my parents. And so, yeah, like for 6 months, dude, I knew I was going to go on this trip. Like I took all the money out of my bank account. Like I paid for the trip, right? I've got like my plane ticket. I've got all this stuff. And I'm just like crossing off the days on the calendar till I get on the bus to go to San Francisco and get on
Yeah.
the plane. Like I was dying. I died for 6 months.
You were sitting in the waiting room.
Oh, it was awful. Awful. But, you know, the thing is like, I mean, I drove my mom crazy too because she was just like, if you don't stop talking about this and like freaking out about it, like maybe you just can't go. Like, I just can't take it anymore. Like,
If you were freaking out, like what? How were you freaking out?
I was just talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
Just talking about it nonstop. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't like wait, you know, because it was like
right. I'm
in
gonna
the
go
summer.
Infinity Q45 shopping or whatever. You know, I'm gonna
I mean-
pick out my power suit. That
Oh.
I'm gonna,
There was like something.
that was still during that time, right?
Oh yeah, there was like something very important about me being in New York. Like just physically being there meant like the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Things were gonna happen, man.
that was gonna be the jumping off point for moving and living in New York. Like that was my goal.
Right.
And I mean, it still is to a certain degree. Maybe someday, but like, yeah. So when I finally went, I mean, it lived up to it. It lived up to the waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really cool.
I guess I saw the pics. It sounded cool.
A lot of it was really miserable, you know? A lot of it was like really
It was a
uncomfortable.
nice balmy summer in New York. There's lots of shit and like garbage smells and sweat.
Oh, so much sweat.
Eating so
dude.
many Snickers.
I was so greasy, like for so many days. Like, and I ate so many,
Filet of fish.
no,
No?
I
That would be way too healthy.
I boycotted McDonald's, so I only ate like Snapple and like Haagen-Dazs bars. So I just lived on sugar. That was it.
And when you came back home, you were like 200 pounds or something.
No, I think I lost weight.
Oh, you
'Cause
sweated it out.
I was like walking like many miles a day. So
Wow.
but it was good. It was really fun. That was worth it. That was worth the wait, man.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. If you get an opportunity, the Team Babe podcast would like to recommend that you visit New York City.
Oh, not right now.
New York.
But,
Maybe not right now.
you know,
Maybe-
eventually.
Maybe you wait
Eventually.
until shelter in place and quarantine
Yeah.
orders have
Yeah.
been lifted, and there are no longer tanks, driving down the center of like busy streets and large metropolises.
Yeah.
Man, just words keep coming.
Oh my gosh,
God, I
dude.
just can't even fucking stop them. It's
I know.
crazy.
I know. It's
Yeah.
like you were meant for this.
Yeah, as soon as we stop recording, too, like nothing. Just
I know. This is how we get a
turns
chance
off.
to talk, is by having this podcast. So, I mean, that's why we have to do this on a weekly basis so we can catch up, you know?
Well, what are some other highlights of how we've been passing our time, our waiting room time recently?
Oh, recently?
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've been like just working on shit
You just
all
been
the
working.
time.
I've been working.
I've been taking like 8 calls a day.
We're lucky that neither of our jobs, have, stopped or slowed
Yes,
down
we
at
are
all.
lucky.
In fact, yours is like way busier. Mine is the
Yep.
same. I happen to be taking a little time off, but that's just like whatever, kind of coincidental.
No,
to
we
this
are
whole thing.
we are lucky. Although I have to say, I don't feel like that's by accident because we definitely are cautious people these days. So, I think we were kind of trying to anticipate something like this in a certain way, just because we've been burned and we're so jaded. Not to go back to that
Not to
again,
get the Aerosmith thing back in there, but jaded. Yeah.
I've been thinking about getting some patio items, like hanging out in the backyard. I mean, like, okay, so, I've been pretending like I don't live here, for a long time.
Yeah, for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And so I didn't really decorate the house or like do anything with the house. And that's my way of like being like non-committal. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, well, shit, if we're going to be stuck here day after day after day, I mean, I guess
Might
I'm
as
going to
well
have
be able
to
to enjoy it.
move in. Damn. After all this time.
Hey, man, take off your jacket and stay a while.
So, you know what I would like to rewatch? Now we're, trapped up looking for things to do.
What?
The Power of Myth. Don't you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
rewatch that?
Yeah. No, that's a great like series.
Yeah.
Man.
That is like some revolutionary stuff.
I think we talked about that in a previous episode, but like watching that, and I think that was like right after all the shit went down with the Ponzi scheme and moving, out
The
of the dream
2008
home
situation.
and all this, like, and then watching Power of Myth, which wasn't until like a couple years later, like 2011, 2012, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, how come nobody told me about this? I felt like legitimately betrayed by loved ones. They're
Really?
like, well, yeah, it was a PBS thing. It's like,
Oh,
watch
that's
this.
true.
It's super interesting.
That's true.
And it was just on PBS. Like, oh, okay, watch it. But no, I didn't see it. I didn't hear about it. I didn't
either.
know about it. And then somebody told me about it. I think like maybe Dan Harmon was talking about it in relation to like the story circle and like the hero myth and all that stuff and like the story structures. And then we watched it and like it just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a retread, but we should probably watch that again.
I think so.
That'd be interesting at this time because it would probably like spur on some ideas and some like
Well, yeah, because
activity, some action.
The,
Let's
like-
get some action from the back section.
yeah, body moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like things like that kind of put this kind of stuff in perspective. I think we feel like this is all happening in this very sudden, strange way, but really this is just sort of a tale as old as time, right? Like it just keeps happening over and over, but in different ways. And I think we just forget because a certain amount of time goes by and we're like, well, this is my life and this is what goes on in my life. And, pandemics are not part of my life. So when something like that happens, you're just shocked and you can't believe it's happening, but it's like, well, this is not the first go around. And it shows like that, I put that kind of stuff in perspective. And in a way, I think it's kind of comforting.
Yeah.
A little bit,
It is because it's like, I don't know. It was originally comforting to me and it's still comforting because it's like, well, we've all been just telling the same story. We made this shit up and we're telling the same story for these purposes. And it's like, this culture, this religion, this culture, it's all the same.
It's the same story, but at different
what's
names.
going on here. It's almost like we like to tell stories and make shit up.
We
And
sure
that's what we do professionally in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Another thing that I've really been enjoying watching during this time of like, looking for a little escape is the Kill Tony quarantine episodes, dude.
Oh my God. Those are so fucking funny. Like, do yourself a favor. I don't know if any of you out there listen to the podcast or watch the live show Kill Tony, but man, it's funny as
It's really
fuck.
particularly funny right now.
And like they're doing quarantine episodes and it's been like I don't know how you take a live show that's already good and funny, and like I watch it every week.
It needs
and
an
then you're like,
audience, right?
yeah, it needs an audience because it's
Right.
stand up or whatever.
Right.
And then you get everything's shut down, so you just start doing the show on YouTube, and it's funnier.
It's funnier.
Like
It's really good.
I don't know if it's just partially because I'm starved for
No,
content
no.
or something. I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. Like
'Cause, like when shit sucks, I'm just like, oh, this is kind of a bummer. Let's watch something else, you know?
yeah, no, we genuinely like cracked up like hardcore, and like that does not happen that often.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Every Monday on YouTube, get on there and just,
Yeah.
I don't know, do yourself a favor and check it out. I don't know. There's a lot of inside jokes and shit like that, but I'm not going to apologize for it. Like,
Well, you can, but see, this is a gift for people because they could go back and watch like 6 years of Kill Tony. Like if that's
Yeah.
new to them, like, hey, want a deep dive project? Go back and watch 6 years of Kill
Yeah.
Tony.
That's a
If
good
you're
one.
into comedy, I mean, that would be really fun, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, I guess it's not that much of a surprise. These guys are all hilarious and shit. We saw them, in person, and it was way funnier
yeah, it was good.
than I ever thought it would be or whatever, And then like this, it's like just in the face of massive adversity. Like you can't, if you're a comic right now, you're fucked.
Right.
You can't do shows.
Right.
You can't go tour like
So
you
they
normally.
they pivoted, but they did it in a way that's like unexpectedly funny.
Yeah.
There's something about having people on like video chat that's funnier in a certain way than having them right there. Like it's
Yeah.
like you have to work harder or something. Like there's just something to it. So
I don't know.
that's like one I think
It's a little more curated,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I think that's good. It's like served it well. Anyway, that's it for the Kill Tony dick ride for the or whatever. Like we really went to town on that shit, but like it's
You're
good.
welcome,
Check it
Kill
out.
Tony, okay?
Yeah.
The other thing that I started watching that I was so excited about was Project Runway. Not Project Runway. Making the Cut.
Making the cut on Amazon.
Okay, they don't want to call it Project Runway anymore because
They can't.
They can't. But I love Tim Gunn, and I've been watching the original Project Runway since like 2004 or whatever year it came on. I mean, it's just kind of gross in a certain way that I've been watching it for that long.
It is. It's disgusting. Very disappointed in you.
So this year they went to Amazon, right? And I was like, oh, they're going to do it right this time. Like they're going to really like knock it out of the park. There's certain things about it that are really cool. There's certain things about it that are really not cool, like not showing the people that are helping the designers sew.
Yeah.
I think that's really lame.
Yeah, I think they missed out on this huge opportunity to like show this cool side of the business and like give, seamstresses and the people who
Yeah.
actually like execute the things that like designers design.
That makes the fashion industry possible.
Like you had this opportunity where it's like they could be in the room, they could collaborate,
Yeah.
they could be sewing together,
And
or it
instead-
could just show it, and it
It's like-
it would take 2 minutes.
they decided to like hide it and
Yeah.
have them be completely invisible, and they just turn in their work and then it's just like done, like
so
elves
fucking
in the
lame.
night. It's
like
really
the
dumb.
only thing that's interesting about it is like, oh, the stupid like reality show thing of like, oh, I opened up my thing and it wasn't done right. And then it's
Well, yeah.
like, well, whose fucking fault is that? Like,
Oh, well, theirs. But I mean, for me, it's fun because it's in a little escape because they're in Paris. They're in this beautiful place.
yeah,
They're designing clothes. It's a nice little vacation for your mind in a certain way.
right.
But you, as you always do, like having, fashion stuff sort
Fashion
of in
Tourette's.
your brain, you came up with a new word
Oh,
for fashion, this particular kind of fashion. I just wanted you to share it with people so they know about it.
you're gonna put me on blast right now. Are you really doing this right now?
Oh, yeah, I'm really doing it.
So what do they call that when there's like the very high fashion shows
Oh.
happen, or like
You
those
mean-
fashion houses?
You mean the haute couture?
Haute couture?
Yeah.
That or so anyway, I was like hot cooter.
Well, they're making that hot cooter. I was like, wow, maybe we can turn that into a hashtag.
Yeah, hot cooter.
That sounds like something that Tiger King would say, though. I mean, I hate to tell you.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, the Tiger King.
Maybe he has some hot cooter that's like those like tiger shirts and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he probably has a hot cooter shirt.
I think he is a hot cooter.
Yeah, so I don't know. If you want to watch The Tiger King, like watch it. If you like it, that's great.
You
I
mean
think
you're
that's
giving
awesome.
people permission
I
to
give
watch
you.
it?
I officially give you Team Babe permission to
Wow.
watch Tiger King.
Wow.
Another one that I officially give you permission to watch is called McMillions. That was another.
That's good.
That was another Tony Hinchcliffe from
Thanks, Tony.
Kill Tony
Yeah.
fame recommendation.
Yeah.
That's actually
I'm into
really
that.
good.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I'm into that cop. That's
It's on
like,
HBO. They're fucking streaming shit for free right now. Watch it.
I like the cop. That's funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Totally. He's funny. I'm funny. You're funny. We're
Oh,
all
thanks.
fucking, it's just hilarious.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah. So if I'm going to sit in a waiting room with anybody, it's going to be with you, babe.
Oh, yeah, because we're in the same waiting room now. Isn't that nice?
We are. I
We
know.
don't have to wait for each other. We're together now, waiting for something else. Isn't that cool?
It's like we fulfilled our destiny.
I know.
We were in separate waiting rooms. I was in
I
Fugazi
know.
waiting room. You were in Gwen Stefani waiting room, and then we're in the same one. What is that? What typifies? What says it all about our current waiting room?
I guess it's like punk rock with sparkles, right?
Sparkly punk rock. I guess we'll have to let you know what that is
Let's think about
next
it.
week.
Let's think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, babe.
I'll do some hard thinking.
Okay. Do it.
All right. Well, I love you, babe.
Love you too.